Hi, Nini. So let me ask you. You don't think that we can teach empathy to kids, or why? Why is that?
Well, basically, I think the standard idea of teaching empathy to kids is a little bit off kilter. I think we can draw it out in them because I think that kids have so much, and that's why I've called the materials Kids' Own Wisdom, because they do have so much inner wisdom, and what they need to do is find out how much they already know.
Hmm. Well, if kids know so much, why don't they act on what they know?
Because they don't know that they know, basically, and they don't know how much all of them know and how much they have in common about how much they know about fairness, about caring about how other people feel, how animals feel. They don't know that. And the whole idea of Kids' Own Wisdom is to give them that experience to find out how much they all know and feel in common.
Do you think there's an easier way to change the pushing and other undesirable habits of some kids on the playground without directly speaking about to them about it?
Well, we've all been, so many of us have been around kids that have those kind of behaviors, and we've spoken to them and told them and threatened them and, given them the what for, and kind of a lot of times that behavior repeats itself. But what has happened, and teachers and students have told me this, that when the kids engage in a conversation, like one of these Kids' Own Wisdom scenarios, where they see a picture like this and they're asked to some different questions. Where are these kids? What's happening in this picture? And the kids answer it, and then tell us how you feel about that boy's reasons for pushing. And then there are more questions, because Kids' Own Wisdom comes with a lot of conversation starters for the teacher. Then we see another way of doing things, and we don't talk about right, wrong, good, bad, should, shouldn't. We don't label things, but we just let the kids come up to their own conclusions, and they do. And they hear it from each other, and they're paying attention to each other. And this is the kind of thing where we didn't have to teach them, we just had to let them see how much they knew and how much they all felt the same way about specific behaviors like this. The behavior like this stops, and nobody told the kid what to do and what not to do.
Mm-hmm. So you're eliciting it from...
Eliciting it, drawing it out. It's right there. That's why we call it Kids' Own Wisdom.
You think empathy should be more than just caring about other people's hurt feelings and difficult challenges? What else is there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's always kind of seems to be associated with people's hurt feelings and those things, but I think it's a wonderful thing, and I know many people do, to show that it's a very great thing for everybody to rejoice in other people's successes too, because that really can expand all of us if we do that. But you can't tell somebody to be happy about that boy's success or that boy's victory. But if we have opportunities where we can do that in a conversation where no one is pointing any finger at anybody, that whole ability to rejoice in other people's successes and happinesses can be expanded, just because it's the capacity for that is inside them, and it just needs to be exercised.
Mm-hmm. Are there any worthwhile carryover effects that have been noticed after kids have engaged in Kids' Own Wisdom conversation circles?
Absolutely, absolutely. We see it all the time. They're just more conscious of walking across the street because they've had conversations about that. Whatever they've had a conversation about and shared that inner awareness and knowing with their classmates, it's not private anymore. No one's isolated. They're all on the same page. It just naturally carries over, and we just hear this from teachers all the time.
And what motivated you to create Kids' Own Wisdom?
I think that my biggest motivation was that we don't see enough people thinking for themselves in this world, and we don't see enough of a sense of connectedness in this world. And I think that those two things, if they are nourished from very young ages, the ability to think for yourself and also to notice that we're all on the same page with very important reactions that will change the flow of life, then that's a good thing, and that's what motivated me.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.